Welcome back to the Las Vegas Raiders franchise on Madden 20, guys. We're in week 8. It's the bye week. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not too happy that the bye week is right now. We're streaking right now, man. We've won our last 4 games, including a nail-biter against the Broncos last week. I'm just happy we finally got things clicking, man, after a blowout loss to the Chiefs in the season opener. We came back and beat down the Vikings. Lost a tough one to the Bears in Chicago, and then just been on a roll ever since. We beat the Chargers, the Dolphins, and the Jets on the road. Then came back home and beat the Broncos in a nail-biter 20-16. Taking a look at our season stats, Chris King, his first year starting, 1,302 yards, 8 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. He's completing 63% of his balls. He's been sacked 16 times already this year. He's averaging 186 yards per game. He started off rough. That 5-interception game against Kansas City in the opener, I was a little nervous, but he settled down a lot. He did throw 2 interceptions last week, but he still has good command of this offense. He's spreading the ball out. He's doing a great job getting it to all his targets. I'm looking forward to see what he can do the rest of the way, and hopefully we can make a push to get back into the playoffs. On the ground, Josh Jacobs doing what Josh Jacobs does best, running the ball hard. 151 carries, 1,095 yards, 12 touchdowns already through 7 games. Last week was probably his worst performance in a very long time. He did not break 100, which ends a streak for him, but he's still the main weapon on this offense. Aaron Ridley, we got to get him going, get him more touches, 50 carries, 325, 2 touchdowns. I want to see him by the end of the season have somewhere between 150 to 200 carries, man. Out wide, Terry McLaurin leading the team in catches, 30 grabs, 252, 4 touchdowns. Damian Ratley, second on the team, 24 catches, 323 and a touchdown. Darren Waller, 17 catches, 308 and a touchdown. Chris Blythe, off to a slow start, man, at the beginning of the season. 17 catches, 171, 2 scores. You got Hunter Renfrow with 15 catches for 153 yards. No touchdowns for him yet. Jordan Paxson starting to get more involved in the offense, man. 5 catches, 44 yards. And then Josh Oliver, 3 catches for 51 yards. We got to get Chris Blythe going here in the second half of the season. He needs to have somewhere between 65 to 75 catches by the end of the year. I want to get him, or at least try to get him 1,000 yards. It's going to be tough, and we got to get his touchdowns back up because he had, 16 touchdowns last season. I'm happy to see Terry getting the ball more. I would love to see his average go up a little bit, 8.4 yards a carry. We're mostly using him on drag routes, so maybe we got to get him going, curl routes, some slants, some stuff downfield. The offensive line is playing decent. Chris Murphy's given up 4 sacks already. Thuney has 3. Mike Bennett has 3. Hudson has 1. And Sheriff has 1. Chris Murphy, I like the way he's growing at that left tackle position. He's getting that XP every game. It feels like at the end of every game he's getting some kind of upgrade. So he's just getting better with time. Thuney is going to be a free agent this year, so we got to make sure – we got to look and see, man, is he going to be worth bringing back? 3 sacks already, and he's got some holding penalties. I'm just worried about his regression. Mike Bennett in his 3rd season, he's getting a little bit better. He still gives up some sacks, man. Von Miller abused him last week. And then we got to worry about Rodney Hudson as well, man. He's going into his last year of his contract. Do we bring him back for year 13? Does he decide to come back, or does he retire? And then Brandon Sheriff, he's playing lights out, man. He's playing great, but he's getting up there in age as well. On the defensive side of the ball, Terrell Conley leading the way. 61 tackles this year, 8 TFLs. I want him to be Defensive Player of the Year. He's already got 2 interceptions, too. Anywhere the ball is, that's where T-Con is going to be. Jonathan Abram having another great year, 47 tackles. He's got an interception as well. He's playing all over the field. Mike Collins, his second year in the defense, 34 tackles, 1 TFL. My only concern with him is in the coverage. There was a couple plays last week where he just didn't see the ball. So we got to work on his awareness and his play rec. Trey Flowers was a great pickup for us. The big fella, man, 33 tackles. He's got his first interception a couple of weeks ago. He does a great job of coming down and getting the tackle. He is not afraid to put his helmet in somebody's chest, and he's doing great in coverage. Garyon, 25 tackles and an interception. And then Christopher Warder, he's getting a lot of playing time because Ulysses Gilbert is out. He's got 20 tackles. In the QB pressure department, Clelin Ferrell, man, having a breakout year. 8 sacks through 7 games already. We said we wanted him to have a bigger role in the defense this year, and he came out guns blazing. Max Crosby has 3 sacks. Paul Davidson has 2, and then Braden Holly has 1. I would love to see these other 4 guys start getting more. I'm looking to get a rotation going with our defensive line as well. Josh Sweat, he could come in, bring some pressure as well. But yeah, I got to start looking at bringing other guys in on rotation. In the turnover department, Daryl Worley came out the gate hot, man. 4 interceptions, but he's kind of cooled off a little bit. I think teams are staying away from him. T-Con has 2 picks. Abram has 1. Trey Flowers has 1. Garyon does 2. And Ulysses Gilbert, he's hurt right now, but he has an interception as well. We're forcing some fumbles too. T-Con has forced 2. Clelin Ferrell has 2 strip sacks. Jonathan Abram has forced a fumble, and so has Max Crosby. And I think we're picking them up. I think we only have like 1 or 2 fumbles we haven't recovered. Abram recovered 2. Conley has 1, and Mike Collins has 1. And defensive touchdowns, you already know we got a nose for the end zone on defense. Daryl Worley has 3 returns for touchdowns. Jonathan Abram has 2. In the kicking game, Carlson's already missed 3 field goals this year. He got 1 block, so you know it is what it is, man. You're not going to go perfect all the time. He's perfect at extra points though. And Johnny Townsend, man, he's kicking that ball. He's punting the ball. Listen, he is putting foot to ball. 456 yards, 50 yards a kick. He's got 4 inside the 20. Only 3 touchbacks, man. He did a great job last week pinning Denver down at the 1-yard line. Kickoff return, we're getting a little bit better. Jordan Paxson has 574 yards off of 25 returns. In the punt game, though, he got to show what he can do. He's got 239 yards, and he took one back to the house, 84 yards. So going into next season, we're going to have a lot of decisions we need to make. Rodney Hudson's going to be a free agent. He's still looking for big money, $11 million on a 1-year deal. Same for Joe Thuney. He's looking for a 1-year deal for $10.2. Alejandro Villanueva, he's our backup left tackle, and he's looking for $9.8 million. Udo, we're probably not going to bring back. Josh Sweat, I want to get him going. I want to get him on the field, that 85 speed. We got to get him some playing time. Matthew Stafford's going to be a free agent. D-tackle Mac Price, I'm going to be bringing him back. I think he's a great third down D-tackle for us. He's a hole plugger, 6'6", 306. Paul Davidson, we're definitely bringing him back too. He's having a great year so far. Johnny Townsend, we're going to bring back. We're probably going to re-sign Quan Noble. He's a great run-blocking guard. Titus Green will probably be back. And then I'm not sure about the rest of these guys. DJ Stallings, we drafted him, but he's really not seeing any playing time. Sharif Bernard, not seeing any playing time. Same for Forrest Manning, not seeing any playing time. So I think the big question is what's going to happen with our offensive line. I think these 3 guys are going to determine what's next for this team. Rodney Hudson, again, he could retire. Joe Thuney, we could let him walk, but do we want to leave that hole at left guard? And then Chris Murphy is playing great at left tackle, but Villanueva's a great insurance piece for us. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think? Should we bring Hudson back on a 1-year deal? Should we bring Thuney back? Should we bring Villanueva back? Dang, I didn't even realize it. Villanueva's 6'9". Sheesh. So we started adding people to the draft board already. I've done some scouting. I'm looking to replace Hudson just in case he does decide to retire. There's a lot of good centers out here. Ronald Kent, probably one of the best, man. He's 6'5", 311 from Boston College. A- run block, A- impact, A- run block power. He's a mid-first round talent. There's a lot of Grambling guys on this draft board as well. Antonio Walker, star wide receiver from GSU, 6'3", 209. He's an A- catching traffic, A- catching, and B+ spec catch. He's a mid-first rounder. At D-tackle, you got Big Mike Anderson from GSU, 6 foot 276. He's a run stopper, projected to be an early first rounder. We know that GSU is the new DBU, and they sent another first rounder to the league, Ken Johnson, 6'2", 180. He has an archetype for a slot, but if you remember, man, Ken used to shut down a whole side of the field. So whoever picks this guy up, he's going to look nice for that squad. Also here is the road runner, Eric Rodgers, 5'11", 183, man-to-man archetype. You know he's going to be fast. My only concern is that coverage ability. He did not play great in college as a cover. He played great as a return person. Here's another wide receiver from GSU, Mike Harper, 6'1", 198. He's a deep threat. He had a solid career at GSU. He'll be a solid number 2 wideout. He's projected to go early in the second round. A wide receiver we have our eye on, though, is Matthew Stalwart, the 6'5", 229-pounder from Oklahoma State. A- spec catch, B+ release, and B catch in traffic. He has a late third-round grade on him. We're also looking at tight end. Here's Keontae Williams from LSU, 6'2", 240. B+ catching, B+ spec catch, and C+ catch in traffic. He's got an early first-round talent on him. Another guy that could be interesting at tight end is Jerry Welker from UCF, 6'6", 248. B spec catch, B- catching, and C short route. He has mid-4th round talent. Another center to keep your eye on is former GSU player Joseph Clayton, 6'3", 301. He's a power blocker with B+ lead block, B pass block, and B run block. He's got mid-second round talent. For a team looking for an outside linebacker, here's Ashton Hall from GSU, 6'5", 236. They have an archetype as a speed rusher. If you remember, he was a solid tackler for GSU when he played outside linebacker. We could be in the market for corners. This is Angel Collins from Iowa. He's a zone specialist, B+ zone coverage, B awareness, B- play rec. He's got an early first-round talent, but he's projected to go late first round. He's 6'2", 212. Here's another GSU player, Chad Sheldon, 5'11", 180. He declared early, but he had a great junior campaign. He's a solid man-to-man cover. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with him. If we're in the market for a right guard, this is Jared Hookland, 6'3", 344 from USF. He's a power blocker, B+ lead block, B run block power, B impact block. He's got a late 4th round projection, but he's got early 2nd round talent. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't found that one player that's like a wow factor for us. Jerome Cash might be close. 6'3", 230 or 6'3", 323 from South Carolina. A- run block finesse. B+ impact block. B+ power block. B+ pass block power. He's got an early first rounder projection with mid first round talent. But that's about it. There's no other player that's like, wow, we have to go get him. Marquise Carter is the best player in this draft, probably. A- finesse move, A- tackle, B+ hit power. He's got early first round talent from Tennessee, 6'4", 241. But we're not going to be able to pick that early. I project that we'll have like a late first rounder, probably somewhere in the 20s. But yeah, there's a lot of like just players. Hopefully free agency is a little bit better. We are going to have to retool that offensive line for sure. And we could probably add like one more pass rusher to go with Crosby, Farrell, and Holly. I couldn't remember his name. So we sim ahead, and I think this game has been circled on everybody's calendar since the schedule came out. We're getting ready to take on Derek Carr and the Detroit Lions. Carr is having a great year for them, man. 1,684 yards, 15 touchdowns with 3 interceptions. He's averaging 241 yards per game, but he's been sacked 24 times so far this season. On the ground, Kerryon Johnson leads the way, 113 carries, 534, 4 touchdowns. Then you have Sylvester Solomon, the rookie from Rhode Island, 37 carries, 112 yards, 1 score. Out wide, Carr has some weapons, man. Kenny Golladay, 31 catches, 371, 3 touchdowns. Then you have TJ Hawkinson at tight end, 29 catches, 413 yards. Marvin Jones Jr., 25 catches, 450 yards, 5 touchdowns. Caleb Hubbard, the 4th-year wideout from Miami, 24 catches, 174 yards and a touchdown. Then Kerryon out the backfield, 13 catches, 191 yards, 4 touchdowns. Solomon caught a touchdown, and their fullback even caught a touchdown. Carr's doing a great job spreading the ball around to all these weapons, man. We're going to have to be careful with the 2 big fellas, though, Jones and Golladay. They can cause some ruckus in the secondary. On the defensive side of the ball, Gerard Davis at middle linebacker leads the way with 47 tackles, followed by Quandre Diggs at strong safety. He's got 40 tackles. Rookie cornerback Brent Stalwart from GSU, 38 tackles on the year. And then the ageless one, Darius Slay, he's got 36 tackles. And Crayvon LeBlanc, he's got 36 tackles. It's interesting that, their secondary, besides Davis, leads the way in tackles. Maybe that's something we could take advantage of in the run game. In the QB pressure department, Trey Flowers leads the way, 6.5 sacks, followed by Jalen Russell, the fourth-year right outside linebacker. He's got 5. Lee Lane, he's got 3. Gerard Davis, he has 2. Jared Tucker up the middle at D tackle. He's got a sack and a half. Booth, Hand, Atkinson each have 1 apiece. And then Kwiatkowski and O'Neal each have half a sack. In the turnover department, Diggs, Stovall, and Walker each have an interception. It's going to be interesting to see how we match up against these guys. I think our defense is excited to take on Derek Carr. Like I said, he's having a great year. 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, but he hasn't faced a defense like ours. Cleveland Farrell's playing like a man possessed. Terrell Conley, same. We just got to worry about Galladay and Jones tearing up the down, like going deep on these deep routes. It's going to be a fun game to play. So we take a look at the AFC West standings right now. Kansas City leads the way. They're 6-1 on a 2-game winning streak. Then you got us 5-2 on a 4-game winning streak. The Broncos, we just beat them. They're 4-3. And the Chargers bringing up the rear, 1-7, losers of their last 5 games. With the Lions, they're sitting at 3-4. The Packers run away with the division so far, 5-2. They've won 3 in a row. The Bears, 2-5. They've lost 2 in a row. And the Vikings, 2-6. They've won their last 2. So far, we're sitting in 6th place in the AFC. The Cleveland Browns are 7-0. Chiefs sitting at 6-1. Jaguars 6-1. Titans are 6-2. Texans are 5-2. And then you have us at 5-2. Wow. I got to go look at the Browns, see what they're doing, because 7-0. Sheesh. All right, who do they beat? They beat Seattle, the Chargers, the Niners, the Titans, the Bills, the Jags, and then they beat the Cardinals. They're tough. The toughest part of their schedule is coming up here in the second half. Ravens, Steelers, Bengals, Steelers, Texans, Colts, Ravens, Bengals, Rams. I mean, dang. And I mean, they're not like, these aren't close. Well, these are close games. Okay. These are all close games. Chris King gets an upgrade. Good look. We'll bump him up on Field General, moving him to a 78 overall. And he gets a +2 to play action, +1 to deep, mid, and throw on the run. That's a good look, man. That's a good upgrade for him. I mean, look at his stats are getting crazy, man. We got to get that throw power up a little bit more. The medium accuracy looks great. The short accuracy looks great. He could be a star, man. We just got to limit those turnovers. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited for this game. Going up against the 3-4 Derek Carr-led Detroit Lions. This one should be interesting, man. If you guys are excited, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad. And hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG. And come through, join the Discord. And we'll talk to you from Ford Field when we get ready to take on DC and the Lions. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.